What's going on, folks? Just an update. Yesterday I fixed the bubble issue. If you can see, I have no more bubbles. If you have the FX5, which I do, and I know some of you do as well, the problem you can run into is if you have a cleaning pad or if you have anything that's media besides like the pre-filter, the biological filter media that's in a bag, that bag can actually fill up with debris and start blocking water flow. And this filter moves almost 1,000 gallons an hour. So I do turn it down. You can adjust the valves on it at the canister, and it won't hurt the filter. They're actually there for that reason, for you to adjust the flow. I've got the flow turned down so that it's just causing a ripple at the top, but it's still, as you can see, it's a good flow if you see it moving on the. But the tank's doing very well. The algae bloom, I wanted to update. I've actually got sunlight that hits the tank right there from a small piece of glass that's over the front door, and the sun's setting to the far right of the front door, and it just glances in and it hits right in this area for just a little bit. And if you notice, I've got some algae right there as well, which is just kind of interesting because that's the spot it hits. But just always something to be wary of and thoughtful about as the season's changing and the sun's setting in a different place in the sky. The dwarf baby tier is just doing amazingly well. The extra lights was all it needed. Let's see what else I was going to show you guys. That is the whiptail catfish. Some people ask the difference between the whiptail and the twig catfish. The twig, see if I can find him. There's a twig right there. If you look right in that leaf, that's actually a twig down stuck on there. That's the nose, the top. So if we can find another one, but that's actually whiptail, and he really anyway, I'll tell more about him later. But the blue ram's doing well. The female looks like she has eggs, and I'll let you guys guess what kind of fish that is. I have 4 small males in here, and they're an amazing fish. The new addition is actually this guy in the back, and he is an Amazon puffer. He is great for community tank. He will help keep my ghost shrimp problem down. He will eat a few of them. If you get one of these, you really need to make sure that you do put snails in the tank. And the advantage of a hard shell for him to chew on is it helps keep the teeth down. But anyway, everything else is doing well. If you notice, I've got this lily's at the top. These 2 are now on the very top. So I've got, and then a third one coming from this plant. It looks like it may be shooting up an additional lily pad, I guess is what you call it. This banana plant, it's the prettiest banana plant I've ever had, and I attribute that completely to dirt under the topsoil. But the leaves on that are just amazing. Give you an idea. And then it's actually, there's a lily pad for that as well. But everything's doing very well. Very happy with everything. I will comment on one thing I just noticed, and I'm thinking about actually seeing if I can't get some of that dwarf baby tier. I'm just afraid to touch it right now that it's rolling, but I'm thinking about getting some of that and moving it to this area right here. You see I got a little bit of just, trash, right? Things that you clean out when you siphon. But what happens is this tank, it moves all the water around, and things tend to fall right in this area because this is the area where I don't have a lot of water flow, if that makes sense. It's all above it, but it tends to push everything right in under here under the outtake flow. And I don't know, usually if you guys look, you'll have a place in your tank like this where things just tend to collect based on how the water is cycling. But anyway, I'm tempted to try to get a foreground plant right in here that'll just use that as fertilizer, and that would be ideal. But I don't really want to touch the dwarf baby tear right now. I'm going to let it mature for at least another month, and then if I have to cut it back because it's growing into something, I can do it at that time. But the Anubias is doing great, and that piece of wood, I've got another piece right there. You can see new growth in it. It's doing very well. Everything's, you know, no complaints. I'm going to wrap this up, but just a few thoughts. But the bubbles are gone in this tank, if you notice the top. And that was a big issue. You really don't want a lot of bubbles in your water, especially if you have live plants. The key is just to move surface area with the top of the water. You want to move as much of that water over the surface area. Aerating the water, a lot of people are different on it, but the big thing with aeration is it just gets the water to move. That's it. By the way, if you look at this couple, she looks like she wants out of this tank. She swims along in the glass a lot, and the reason is I think she's carrying eggs. If you look, it's kind of hard to see. That water sprite. Well, anyway, all right, I got to wrap it up. But you guys be good. I'm on lunch break, and I got to get back to work. But you guys take care, and thanks for watching. And I'll just kind of step back and let you see the whole tank. And very happy with the pufferfish. Anyway, things are doing well. Thanks for watching.